Good morning. How are y'all today? Sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. Facebook throws me a curveball every now and then, and they moved where you go to start a live video. At least in the group they did. It may be back tomorrow. I don't know. But anyway, here I am. I'm live. I'm ready. How are y'all today? It's so pretty here. I'm looking out of my window. Sunshine, beautiful day. It'll probably be in the 70s. I'm hoping I can find time to get out today. I've got a busy week, which we all do. But hopefully I can get outside and do a few things today. But I'm trying to make plans for Friday. I'm going to be coming live with Sherry Martin Friday. And then I'm going to spend the rest of the day with my daughter. So I need to get things done in my office this week that I normally will do on Friday. So it's going to be a busy, busy week. But that's okay. It's no different than taking a day off from work when you work for someone else. Today I want to talk about your career transformation. And I want to ask you something. Do you love what you do? Just be honest with me. Do you love what you do? You don't have to put it out here. I know that people may see this and see your comments and you'd rather, your employer or someone you work with not see it. But think about that to yourself. Do you love what you do? To live a balanced life, your career, what you do 6 to 10 hours a day needs to inspire and delight you. I'm not saying that it needs to be easy, by no means. What I do can be challenging at times. I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. Ask anybody that has talked to me about what I do, and they'll tell you the passion is there. My purpose is there. My passion is there. And I love, love, love what I do. Doesn't mean that it's not challenging at times. Even now, in what I do, sometimes I have to deal with individuals who are a little bit harder to deal with. And that's not just in coaching, I have other parts of my business. And, coaching, I really don't have a problem. My clients are great. But in other parts of my business, there can be difficult people to deal with. It's challenging. But you know what? When we work through those challenges and we get through them, it's rewarding. At least it is for me. I want to ask you a couple of questions about where you work, your day job right now, or maybe it's a night job, but if you work for someone else, I want to ask you a couple of questions. How do you feel on the way into work? Are you excited and energized for what you're going to get to do that day, or are you dreading it? Maybe I've heard people say they cry all the way to work. That is so sad, so sad. I've never had it that bad, but I've had it where I've dreaded. Normally what I did at those times, because I didn't have the tools I have now, I didn't know what I know now, but what I would do is I would listen either to an inspiring book that I like to listen to. I had Audible and would listen to that on my way into work, or I would listen to uplifting music, usually praise and worship. But, again, think about it. How do you feel on the way into work? Do you dread going to that job? Do you dread dealing with the people you're going to deal with, whether they're your fellow employees, the managers over you, or your customers? How does that make you feel? The next thing is, when you leave every day, how do you feel? Those are your two barometers. How do you feel going in? How do you feel when you leave? Are you satisfied for a job well done, a great day? Or are you completely drained and wishing you could find something else to do? I'm telling you, those two things will tell you if you are where you need to be or not. I know there are jobs out there, somebody's got to do it, but does it have to be you? Think about it. If you're here listening to me, I'm going to tell you it may not have to be you. I don't think it does. I think you're wanting more. If you're listening to me, if you're taking the time to listen to this video, it is not you. Someone else needs to be doing that. In my former workplace, I loved what I did. I did, y'all. I loved what I did, but I didn't love where I worked. It was difficult. We had customers that absolutely hated the company. And those customers, it didn't matter what you did. It didn't matter what you gave them, how you helped them. They still thought that you were awful. You were a villain because you worked there. And it's hard. I tell people all the time in customer service, you shouldn't take things personal, but it's hard not to when people literally, they're not just talking bad about the company, they're talking bad about you. It was a very taxing and wearing job. The other issue I had great employees. I worked with some. I had to let some go. And, if you can't come in, my biggest thing when I was managing there was that you're not going to cause drama on the team. You're going to come in, you're going to be a team player, you're going to do your job. And I'll help you, I will support you, I will love on you, I'll give you all that you need to do that. But you're not going to stir things up and cause problems within the team. I didn't allow that. And some people were let go because of that. Some people just could not do the job. But for the most part, when I left there, I had a great team. Fantastic team. I loved them. But I still had to deal with employees, which that wasn't the problem. Dealing with the customers and then dealing with the owner of the company could be difficult, depending on which way the wind blew as to what his mood was that day. And so you never knew what ground you were going to be on. It was difficult. And so when I was let go from that job, it was actually, someone told me that evening that I sounded like I had reversed age 10 years. I sounded 10 years younger when I spoke to them that evening. You can love what you do and it still not be right. If the circumstances surrounding your job, whether you love what you do or not, but if the people you work for, the customers you support, whatever, if that's difficult, then you have a problem and you need to look into that and see, what you can do about it. So what I did before made the transition into life coach so perfect last year. It was so natural for me, and Ula's principles and my principles aligned. We both believed the same things. My tagline on my website is transforming lives of indifference into lives of purpose. And it fits so well with their model, and their model spoke to my values. And so it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Their values are the very core of who I am. I believe the integrity and the loyalty. I just believe in all of their values. So that's why I aligned with them. Again, ask anyone that's ever talked to me about what I do, and they'll tell you the passion that I have for it. I have a big passion for what I do. I love it. It's a blessing when your career and your purpose and your passion line up. And I'm going to tell you again, I've said this before, that may not always be the case. There may be times when your career, you love what you do, but it's not your purpose and it's not your true passion. That's okay. Okay? Hear me. That's okay. You may find your purpose and passion in volunteering, and your career is something you love doing, and it allows you to do those things. Another thing that I teach from time to time is you need to look at what you're learning from your career. If you love what you're doing, and even if you don't, you're going to learn things there. But let's say you love your career and you're volunteering in your passion and your purpose at your church, at school, your community, whatever. You're teaching, you're showing hospitality maybe in your home, you're helping people decorate at your church or schools, putting up things, you're doing events, whatever it is. If that's your passion and your purpose, then look to your career and even your former careers to see what you learned or what you're learning that can help you in your passion. That I'm telling you, I've looked back, and it's so much that I learned in the last 15 years working that taught me how to walk in my purpose and gave me the tools I needed to better walk in my purpose. So look to those things. Now, that's what I have for today. Again, I just want you to think about your career. Think about what you're doing. Are you truly happy? Do you enjoy it? Or is it something you dread going into every morning, and when you leave at night, you're just simply exhausted? If that's so, then you need to be looking for a career change. I'm going to come back Thursday, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to be happy, balanced, and growing in a career you love. May even be some tips on how to transition to another career. But let's come back Thursday. Again, I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for watching this. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'm here for you. Love y'all. Bye.